This is the BBC.
This podcast is supported by advertising outside the UK.
With the Capital One Venture Card, you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every day. And you can use those miles toward travel expenses like flights, hotels, rental cars, and more. Just book and pay for your travel using your Venture Card and redeem your miles toward the cost. Capital One. What's in your wallet? Credit approval required. Capital One Bank, USA, N.A.
BBC Sounds. Music, radio, podcasts.
Hey everyone, welcome to Di's Salon. Come on in and get yourself a trim. Hey everyone, it's Diane here. Welcome back to Di's Salon podcast. Today I am joined by the sparkly and wonderful Ellie Diamond from Season 2 of Drag Race UK. If you watch the show, then you'll know that this queen sashayed her way straight to the final four while surfing colourful, fierce looks. Growing up in a small town in Scotland with no drag scene, Ellie didn't always have things easy. Like many of us, she's had to deal with some naysayers. In her case, that included someone incredibly close to her. But by unapologetically living her best authentic life, Ellie Diamond is helping put Dundee on the drag scene map. Now, I think this is brilliant. I just love that Ellie is unapologetically her. And that's what we should all be doing. That's when I started to see beautiful things happen, when I just sort of went, you know what? I don't care what people think or what people say. I'm going to be me and I'm going to do it loud and proud. Ellie Diamond, welcome to Di's Salon. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to get my hair done.
I know. And can I just say, it looks like you were practically born in this salon.
Well, literally, I was like, I always wear pink. I mean, not all the colours pink, but that's my first and foremost, my favourite colour. So thanks for dressing the dressing room, you know? You
just look absolutely insane. Ellie today has this gorgeous blue wig on, which is beautiful.
A wig? This is my hair.
This is your natural hair.
Yeah, this is the hair,
This is your natural hair. And the dress is checkered pink, massive sleeves, big bow, and your makeup is just insane.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, as the makeup queen of Season 2, well, not self-proclaimed, everyone else called me that, so I was like, well, I'll roll with it, I'll run with it, get the beat on in the morning. It might be 7 o'clock, but you just got to stamp it on and go for it. And it's gingham, lovely gingham.
Gingham, that's it.
Yeah.
See, I say checkered, but it's gingham, isn't it? That's the proper way
the
of saying it.
big gingham babe from Dundee.
The gingham babe from Dundee. We're getting that in early, getting that Dundee in there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, you look absolutely insane. And I'm going to tell you, I was like, I'm doing Ellie Diamond today. I need to put some effort in with the makeup. I'm not good with makeup. Like, I can do hair. Makeup is not my thing, right? Yeah. I really put some effort in for you today.
I love it. We've got a bit of orange and a bit of blue, and it matches to what you've got on today. So you're colour coordinated.
And you did comment on it earlier, so thank you very much for that. Ellie, okay, you've come to Di's Salon. What are you here for today?
So I've got a photo shoot in a couple of weeks, and the theme for it is Bow Spectacular. So I was like, right, we need to figure out some sort of creative hair for it. So I'm going to pick your brain and see what we can do for that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's perfect. Yeah. Bow Spectacular. That sounds wonderful. I have a gorgeous little bow hairstyle that we're going to create today.
Oh, like a sort of Gaga-inspired dress.
Exactly.
Oh my God,
which I know how much you love Gaga.
I do like a little bit of Gaga.
You love your Gaga. So we're going to be doing that today. We're going to recreate a bow on that gorgeous blue hair that we have.
Well.
So yeah, we're going to be doing that. And whilst we do the hair, like today's a little bit different because I am in front of you. We are 2 meters apart, but I'm going to sort of give you a little tutorial on how to do it, and you're going to do it yourself.
Well, I learned drag from tutorials, so this should be a breeze.
Exactly. So in front of you, Ellie, you have a Di's Salon News magazine, and if you open it, it's a This Is Your Life, Ellie Diamond. So we have pictures throughout your career, basically, and we're going to go through some of them and obviously look at the hair, talk about that time in your life, and First, we're going to have a look at your Dye's Salon News magazine. So, flip on over to the first page, and of course, we have a gorgeous picture of you from RuPaul's Drag Race. Season 2 was your season.
Oh, yes.
And you are pictured here in this beautiful pink gown with a gorgeous blonde finger wave.
We love a finger wave, don't we?
We do love a finger wave. We discussed this before, and one of our favourite hairstyles is, of course, a finger wave. But talk to me about this picture. Like, obviously, this was taken during RuPaul's Drag Race, but
yes.
Tell me specifically about this picture.
So the look was inspired by the Lullaby leak from The Wizard of Oz.
Oh my
Because my
gosh.
favourite film in the world is The Wizard of Oz. And literally my friend from Los Angeles, I think they're from Los Angeles, America, made the costume with the drag stop, and then the hair was crafted by the amazing Wig Chapel here in London. So literally everything just came together at the last minute, and it was stressful, but you know, we got it done and we got it in time, and the photo turned out great, and I was so happy with the entire sort of process of the Meet the Queens and everything. It was so much fun to do.
And makeup-wise, you did all that yourself?
I always do my own makeup. There's no one there, you know, being like, oh, you want me to touch your... There's no one to do that. Drag queens have to be your own hair artist, makeup artist, costume designer, inspiration. I mean, not everyone is like that, but for me, that's something when I started doing drag that I had to like do myself, because there was no one in Scotland, there's no one in Dundee that can do that. There are now, but not when I first started doing drag back in Dundee, not at all.
Speaking of Dundee, were you one of the first to start drag in your town?
So there were other queens before I started doing drag in Dundee, but not as much of a drag as in like Drag Race drag. Like Drag Race has brought up a new era of queens over the 21st century completely, and I'm a part of that. So within Dundee, I probably was one of the first queens that sort of hit the shows and hit, you know, doing stuff in Dundee. I started the first show in Dundee ever, a weekly show. Every single week was bingo wigs, and I started that. It was like we'd play bingo, do drag, and just like have a fun time, and that was, which still runs today as well. So
that's so fun. When did you sort of know that that's what you wanted to do?
When I first started watching Drag Race, my friend Hannah was like, oh, you should watch the show called Drag Race. It's about drag queens and stuff. And I was like, nah, I'm not really into that. And then we sat down one night not knowing what we were going to watch on Netflix, and we just turned on Drag Race. It was season 6, and it was Adore Delano, and as soon as she walked into the workroom, and she was just like, she fell off the chair within the first like 20 minutes or whatever. I was just like, oh my God, this is so much fun. And like obviously all the other queens that came in like just made it so much better. And I was like, I need to try this. So then I did. I just took some face paint, and like a shake and go wig, and literally just like threw a face together and thought I was the bee's knees. But then like in my bedroom, just like working it out for years.
This is Dye's Salon. We're going to teach you this bow.
Right.
Okay.
Bow
so
spectacular.
The bow spectacular. For everyone listening at home, this is going to be like a little mini tutorial, so you can try this at home as well. Ellie, what you're going to do is you're going to part your hair from the crown all the way down to your ear on both sides.
Okay, doke.
Okay?
Fab. Okay.
What I would do is I would now get the back section of your hair
away
and just tie that away. Yeah, perfect. So now what you want to do is a ponytail with that front piece of hair.
Oh,
now,
right up.
Right up.
Can we use the brushes in that? And
use your brush. Yeah, bit of spray. So now what we want to do is, so we get that nice volume with our bow, is take sections and just back comb this ponytail out. Yeah, look, instantly a bigger ponytail.
I feel like a rocker chick back in the 60s. Is the 60s the rockers?
Yeah. Grab a couple of bobby pins.
Yeah.
And pin that part down just in front.
Right.
Comb and spray, but then as you comb and spray, you can get your pins.
And pin it to the side.
And start to pin in your bow shape.
Oh, right, okay.
Do you see what I mean? So you can sort of start to mould that shape. Then that little bit left over is going to be the middle of your bow, but we work with that after we've moulded.
Right.
She's looking good. There we go. Nice. Okay, so we're going to go to your next picture.
Yeah.
This is, I believe you are a twin.
I am. Indeed.
So tell me about growing up as a twin.
It's a bit crazy growing because there's always someone that's like the exact same person as you.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's go, oh, do you feel the same?
Do you feel those? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure you get asked that all the time because I'm one of those
Literally.
people that asks a twin, "Oh my god, do you feel like what they're
Like if
feeling?"
I nick you, would you feel it?
Yeah, I'm that person who asked that. So you're
well,
answering my
annoying as
question.
hell.
Yeah.
No, like obviously people ask us that, and it's like, no, it's not. But in some ways, you kind of can tell when the other person is upset, like not actually feel it or whatever. But we've been through so much, and he's literally one of the most supportive people in the world. He's just like great.
Oh, it's so lovely though that he is your biggest support
Literally.
system, and I know through Drag Race he was there for you the whole time and supporting you.
Yeah,
wasn't he?
That was fab. And
that's
like
amazing.
speaking about him on Drag Race as well, like obviously he watches the show as well. He enjoys Drag Race and stuff. So then when I was able to like discuss my relationship with him on the show, it's on Snatch Game. Do you know what I mean? Because like me and him had like a funny thing with Vicky Pollard. Like we used to always make like the funny joke or whatever, like the last like quote the show or whatnot.
Yeah.
So that was good that it was that episode that I spoke about it because it was like a full moment for that episode. So I loved it. It was great.
Love that. Family is everything. So on that same episode, you also spoke very openly about your mum being a big support to you, but your dad not being as supportive.
Yeah.
That must have been tough.
I mean, like, discussing it on the show, I knew that it was obviously going to be hard to speak about, as well as he might obviously not want to have that on national television, but I knew it was something that there's other people, like male, female, non-binary, whoever, who like don't have that same sort of connection with their mum as they do with their dad.
Yeah.
I feel as though I was one or the other. I was both of them.
Yeah.
But as for me and my dad now, I mean, we haven't spoke about that episode.
Okay.
But we have spoke since, and we've sort of just like, we're on a working relationship.
Okay.
Back to sort of normality. And he knows now it's like, well, now this is your job. You know, you're making money from this. Like, you're not going to quit it anytime soon.
Yeah. I guess you're right in saying the fact that it's really hard because there are so many people sort of in your position feeling that way. So for you to speak up about it, you probably had so many people reach out to you afterwards.
So many. And it's the thing where it's like, that's the voice that a lot of people want to hear, but not a lot of people want to say it. And I'm always the person to be like, well, I'm just going to say it. Do you know what I mean? Like, the consequences will come afterwards, or apologies will come afterwards, whatever. Like, if you feel something that passionate about it and you want to discuss it on national TV, then just do it.
Oh, that's great. Love that. We're moving on. Let's move on. On a brighter note, there's you.
On a brighter note, shine bright
like a diamond.
Yeah.
Exactly. I like shine bright like an Ellie diamond. There we go. We had to get that bit in. Not like just a diamond, like an Ellie diamond.
We got to do the taglines. Hold on, ding dong, babes. You know, let's do all that. Yeah.
How did it feel going from, your town in Dundee to then
working in the drive-thru, literally?
Yes, that's right. So you worked in the drive-thru at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you were on RuPaul's Drag Race and your life basically just took a flip.
Oh, it changed overnight. Well, it took 7 months to get there.
Yeah.
Because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
But we got there in the end. But yeah, no, literally, like the show came out and the next minute it was like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, notification.
Yeah.
And then I was having like I had asked one of my friends to come over for the viewing, just to like sit and we could have a good chill time, watch it, get in drag or whatever, and have fun. And it was just like we both fell asleep and we woke up and the phone was just like blowing up. Because people say, I don't like using the term, but people use the term celebrity.
Yeah.
And it's sort of the thing where like that kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
In some ways. I don't like using that term, but that's what people call it. So
of course,
it kind of has to be that, you know.
And it is good. You like say going from that drive-through to then being like everyone knows my name now.
I mean, to be fair though, in the drive-through as well, I'm such a like camp gay man.
So everyone knew you there anyway.
They knew me anyways. Yeah. Literally, because I was also quite cheeky as well.
Okay.
Like if a customer was being rude.
I can't imagine that.
Really?
I'm joking.
All right.
Of course I can.
Like if someone was being cheeky, I'd be like, well, you're only getting one ketchup.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting any sauces.
I'm gonna put a few less fries.
Yeah,
in that
I'm not gonna give
fries.
you your straws. How about that?
Yeah.
This is Dye Salon.
And obviously, like Ellie Diamond, is that because you love to sort of bedazzle a lot of things?
So where the name came, let's talk about, hold on. Where did the name come from?
Yeah, that's a good one. Tell me about that.
So Ellie came from, when I was younger, my brother's called Bryce, and my twin's called Bryce, and the older brother is called Logan. I've got another brother as well.
Okay, yeah.
So younger, it was Brycey, Logie, and Ellie.
Okay.
I was always called Ellie when I was younger.
Yeah.
So I was like, I like that name, and I just also think it's a nice name. So I was like, I'll be Ellie for the first name, and I love The Wizard of Oz. It's my favorite film.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have the Ruby slippers tied into that. So I was originally Ellie Ruby, but Ruby's more of a first name. And literally, when I said it, I went, oh, Ruby's more of a first name. Well, what else shines like a ruby? But what sparkles like a ruby, but shines bright like a diamond? And I was like, wait. I was like, Ellie Diamond. I was like, wait, I like that. I was like, I kind of like that.
So cool.
So then it literally just stuck after that.
Very, very good.
JC!
You name it. No. Yes, I love cake. Guys, cake being fabulous.
Radio 1 presents the Gemma Collins podcast.
You can get a slice of the GC every week to see what I get up to and who I get up to it with. All right, mate, I'd describe it as pink fabulousness direct to your ears. This is Gemma Collins, New York, Paris, Milan, Rome, LA.
The Gemma Collins podcast.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
Let's move on to your next picture, which is so cool.
Right.
Finding Nemo inspired. Blue hair in this one. You've literally, I think in each picture you've had a different colour wig, which is insane. This one's blue, almost like the colour that you're wearing today, actually.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, except without the root.
Yeah.
Tell me about this Finding Nemo inspired outfit.
So guess how much this cost me to make?
Oh, okay. So now that you've said guess,
Go on, guess.
I'm going to go with like £5 because you've said
£1.
No.
£1. Well, because this was the next couple of photos we're going to see are from the early days. It was in the Dundee scene, like starting drag. Like the show had
so
like
before RuPaul's.
way before.
Okay.
Way before. Like
Right.
maybe 2 years before.
Okay.
2 years before.
Yep.
And mind, at this point, I'd only been doing drag for about a year.
Right. So you were fresh. You were still learning the ropes.
And trying to figure out my eye shape and how I liked my hair and how I
Yep.
liked my bags and my costumes and my boobs and all that.
Yep.
So I would just sort of like learn as I would go.
Yep.
Which we all still are anyways.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I just learned how to do this sideways
I
hinge.
mean, exactly. You're always learning something new every day.
Quite literally. So I didn't have the biggest budget, still living at home, whatever. So I went to Poundland, found this in the because for Halloween they sometimes do like costumes or whatever.
Yes.
Sometimes, and this was in the bargain bin for £1, and I took it out and I originally cut it up and like had to like add. Okay, well I'll add a little bit of here. I'll put that there to sort of give it a bit more of a designs element to it, but yeah, it didn't look like this before I went into it, and then I obviously rhinestoned it as well to sort of elevate it a little bit.
Yeah, that's great. I love the fact that it was £1.
Literally, this would look really cute. That little Nemo would look really cute on your head
It really
tonight,
would, wouldn't it?
right?
I
On the
really
other
feel
side,
like,
though, sort
yeah,
of, with maybe some like bubbles or whatever around.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna get you into drag.
Yeah,
How
please
about
do.
that?
I
Let's do it.
would love that.
You should come to my salon.
I would love to come to your salon, and you could just. I would be like, do whatever.
Yeah.
I would have so much
down
fun
for
with
it.
that. Yeah.
Amazing.
Absolutely love that. Okay, turning the page. I think these next couple of pictures are from, again, you're back in your hometown Dundee and before Drag Race UK. So this was when you were performing in Dundee, right?
Yeah,
You were
yeah.
doing your performances.
Yeah.
Did you do many of those?
Yeah, well, the show that I had every week, the Bingo Wig show, every single Tuesday, doors open at 8, show starts at 9, free drag show and free bingo with a chance to win £100.
Yeah.
Literally,
Oh my God,
I've just
that's
recited
it,
I just recited it off of memory. But I had to do like 2 performances every night. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
So I performed a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, way
So
back
that
in-
gave you so much confidence to then enter RuPaul's Drag Race, I guess. Or did you not feel...
Not really. My inspiration for... Not inspiration, but my push to apply for Drag Race was more just the fact that I love drag.
Yeah.
And I wanted to showcase my drag to a bigger platform because
Yeah.
all the queens in England, they have not all the platforms, but they're getting booked, they're going out, they're doing things.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is pre-COVID. There's nothing like that in Scotland.
Yeah.
There's not, and there's also not a lot of money. There's also not a lot of budget for queens to get booked in that. So when it is, it's just sort of like, the ones that we know are good, that will just come and do a good show. As we don't get much opportunities for newcomers, new queens and upcoming artists or whatever, to get those opportunities to then showcase their drag.
Yeah.
So that's why I applied for Drag Race, because I was like, I want to showcase my drag to a bigger audience and show that I can do X, Y, Z, A all the way to Z. I was like,
But
X.
I bet you X. But I bet you also joining the show, you learned so much as well. Like, Like I always find those kinds of things, because you're surrounded by the best of the best, really.
Yeah,
you learn so much from everyone. It's like the same with me in dancing. You know, you're good in your hometown, then you get put into a group with amazing people from all around the world, and you just learn so much.
You either learn so much or you feel like absolute dog.
Yeah, we won't go into that bit, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, though, because I got into the show, I was like, done all my own hair, done all my own costumes, and I got there, and I heard us sitting there with like a 3D sculpted custom couture, all these gorgeous wigs. Lawrence has latex, and I'm like, I've got a PVC dress that I literally stitched last night.
Oh, so you had to have that belief in yourself that what you were doing is.
And then, like, during the pandemic as well, the belief sort of became reality. I was sort of like, actually, you know what? No, I am kind of like good. I make my own costumes myself, but they're good costumes. Do you know what I mean? So I sort of left the doubt going back into it, and just sort of went back into it with like, balls to the wall, let's just go and make it to the finale, because that's the goal.
Yeah, exactly. I do love that you mentioned that, because it is that thing of, I mean, I come from a small town as well, and the minute you go into like the city or whatever, you feel a little bit like, because you do in a country town, you do a lot of DIY, and you kind of you kind of make it your own in a sense.
Because it's your dream, and you want to do it, and you're going to do as much as you can to achieve your dream.
Yeah.
And that's literally what me and you both then done, I guess.
Yeah.
We must have.
Oh, we're getting all emotional.
I know, there we go. Right.
Then we have you with a Lady Gaga.
Oh, look at the hair. Look at the hair.
Oh my God, we have a bow.
There's a bow there.
We have a blonde bow, everyone.
Oh my goodness.
Have a blonde bow. That looks amazing. Yeah. Was this another early day situation?
So this was, so at the Bingo Wig show I would host, I would do themed nights. Not for the audience, just for me, because I wanted to test myself and obviously try new things. So for a month, I done Lady Gaga. Okay. So I done like a Venus costume. I done the big brown hair with the seashell bikini and the flowers on the vagine. 1 week, doing Venus, and then the next week I done Bad Romance and had a full cat suit with like the big headpiece with like the mask or whatever.
Yes.
And then the last week I done was Telephone. And I had obviously just like the stripper costume or whatever, the Lady Gaga, made everything as well. Not obviously the pants and stuff, but like the white, the yellow hazard, that says no paparazzi. On it. And then the hair I just sort of like done from a YouTube tutorial as well.
Yeah, there you go.
You're listening to Di's Salon.
I've never done hair on myself like this before. This is a very different experience.
Yeah, there you go, see? That is looking very good.
Yeah.
That's looking super cute.
Not too bad.
It's actually really cute. I think, do you know what works really well is because of the root colour and then the bow on top is the blue.
Yeah.
It's
a little bit fluffy.
It's a bit fluffy, but what you could do with that is just spray around the edges and smooth it. Yeah, spray and smooth. It's all about just moulding it into that shape, really.
Yeah.
And pinning if you need to pin anywhere and just hiding the pins, really.
Yeah.
But that looks really good. Ellie, I would describe this as like your little mini mouse look.
Yeah, I love it. Oh my goodness. Well, we got there.
We got there in the end.
You know,
it looks gorgeous.
It looks fab. And the bow spectacular. It'll be great for the shoot.
It will
remember the techniques.
Yeah, and you could do 2 of them. You could do one
8.
up here. You could do 8.
I could do a full head of bows.
You could do a full head of bows.
That could be actually really fierce if I just take all the sections and turn them into bows.
Into bows.
That'd be fab.
That would be
I might do that actually.
Yeah, please do that. Please do that and tag me in it. All right?
Absolutely.
Definitely. Right, Ellie, so now that we've got the hairdressing out the way, we have the Beano-inspired drag here, which I absolutely love this one.
Thank you.
This was I believe you were representing Dundee, right?
It was the queen of your hometown. It was one of the first, well, it was the first runway for Drag Race. Queen of my hometown, and I done Dennis the Menace. It's like this like black and red PVC sort of bodysuit with like a fishtail gown, big black hair. I never wore black hair before.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is the first
hair.
picture I've seen you with the black. This looks really good on you.
Thank you.
So I only really know about Beano comics because we have so many Beano comics hanging around the house. Or not comics, but pictures. Joe actually has painted his own ones. He makes artwork out of Beano comics, and he actually literally just edited the last edition's anniversary.
Gag.
So there's like, I am now a part of, I'm in the comic Beano. Because there's Joe's in there.
Oh my God, was that you?
Yeah.
Right, because I've seen
I'm in there.
There's a drag queen in there.
Oh
Who's
my
that
God, I'm not sure,
is there a drag queen in it?
There might be. I
and
haven't actually read
Dundee
it.
in the V&A and everything.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't know that was from him.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there you go.
Oh my goodness. No, yeah, this was a lot of fun to do. It was literally like in my bedroom. Bryce was sleeping in the bunk bed, and I was in the sewing machine like rattling it through last minute.
That's so cool. I love it. It's very striking. Great picture.
Oh yeah.
Really great picture and such a good theme. Like doing it for Dundee. And I'm so happy now that I know that Beano was originated, or still is from Dundee.
It's from Dundee, yeah.
There you go.
And Dennis the Menace was originated from Dundee.
That's where you get it from.
Yeah.
That is where you get the cheekiness from, Dennis the Menace. And then we're going into your final picture here. Oh, I just need to know about this. You and Lawrence pictured here, looking fab. But this doesn't look like it was. This looks like it was quite a few years ago.
This was also I was skinny and so was Lawrence. We were both quite skinny. This would have been, I can't remember when this show was, but it was a wee while back, and the outfit that I'm wearing was actually a costume that Lawrence had made for themselves even a long time before that. And then when I was at Lawrence's flat, I was like, have you got any drag that I can just have? Because I've not got much. And she was like, just take this. So I started wearing that costume, and I love that outfit. I've sold it on now though to another queen because I'm like, well, it's now time to pass the drag on. But me and Lawrence have been she was one of the first queens I ever messaged about drag, because my friend who I was telling you about, Hannah, she was like, oh, you should see a drag queen in Glasgow. Her name's Lawrence Shane. She's fabulous. So I Facebook messaged her being like, oh my God, I love your drag. I love your looks. Where did you get X, Y, and Z from? How do you buy this? And she just messaged me back so much advice, so helpful. And she was like, if you're ever in Glasgow, let me know. And then in a couple months' time, I was going to see Aja, one of the queens that I liked from the American season, in Glasgow, and I was like, oh, can I come see it at yours? And then I just stayed at hers that night, and it was fab. I had such a good time, and we've just been best pals ever since. And then obviously for the show with Drag Race,
this is what we really want to know.
With Drag Race, Lawrence thought she'd come walked in as the first Scottish queen, and I came in, I went psych. I was like, now it's going to be the both of us. But that was definitely a moment, walking in and seeing Lawrence in the workroom. I mean, I kind of thought, I was like, it's the second season. I was like, Lawrence has to be here.
I was going to say, so you didn't know at all, right?
Not at all. You don't get told, so-and-so's going to be here as well.
Okay, so it is a genuine surprise.
It's a genuine surprise, yeah. So when I walked in and seen her, I was like, well, of course.
Yeah.
I was like, of course you're going to be here. It wouldn't make any sense for you not to be here. For me to be here and for you not to be here, I was like...
Okay,
do you know what I mean? So I thought she was going to be here. Drink every time Ellie says to be here.
To be here.
So then we obviously had a great relationship during the show, and it got to a certain point in the competition that I won myself a little mini challenge, and she didn't. And I got to pick a running order, and that started a little bit of something. So they had told us the night before that I was going to be singing, and I went, well, I've already won.
Yeah.
I've already won.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what I mean? Because I can't sing, so I was like, I've already won, that's fine. So in the hotel, I had created an idea of what I would do if I win the mini challenge for the running order or whatever. Because they were like, oh, we'll tell you, and blah, 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 blah. So I created the running order the night before, because I was like, strategically thinking, if I do win the challenge, I'll need to know it off, like, you know, when RuPaul goes, what's the running order? I'll go, well, there we go, there's the note, it's done, handed. So I planned it the night before. It was shady, it was strategical, but it's a game, it's a reality competition show. And I literally was there, I said, I'm there to make it to the end. But I played the game, and I played it to win. Unfortunately, I didn't win, but I made it past the episode, so that is a win in itself.
Exactly. I mean, you made it to the final.
Literally, quite literally. Well, I'm the first queen from Dundee, the first queen from Dundee to make it on Drag Race. But then me and Lawrence are both 2 queens from Scotland that made it to the finale of Drag Race. Like, it's fabulous. Lawrence had wins and I didn't. Like, man, I wasn't bothered. And when it came down to it, I was like, I really didn't care about any of the wins. I was like, I made it.
Oh my God. Ellie, it has been such a pleasure going through all your incredible looks over the time through...
You can sell these on Amazon. I get loads for it now,
I just absolutely love this.
I'll sign a couple for you.
Please do. Please do. I'm going to frame one and pop it up in my home. But honestly, I have loved looking at all your pictures. Also, everyone go follow... you on Instagram because you've got some gorgeous pictures on there. Go follow her because she's amazing, and I have absolutely loved speaking with you today, helping you do your bow hair for your bow.
I love it. I can't wait
what is it? Your bow?
Bow Spectacular.
Bow Spectacular, that's it.
Extravaganza,
exactly.
Yes.
And remember, when you do your 8 bows, make sure you send me the picture
Oh
because
my
I
God,
want to see it.
I actually kind of want to do that with this wig now.
Please do.
All over the place.
All over, bows everywhere. I always ask my clients at the end of their experience at Dye Salon, what tip would you give me from 1 to 5, 1 being obviously not so good, 5 being the best?
A 5 times 10.
Oh my gosh!
A 5 times 10. Babes, you've had sweeties. I've had sweeties sitting over here. I've had the hairspray, free hairspray.
Yeah.
I love a little hairspray bottle. Do you know what I mean?
Take it home with you,
Babe, she's already in the
She's
bag.
in the bag.
She's already in the bag. She's already in the bag. We know it's been fab, but I
Didn't
love
have to tell you
It's
twice.
so much fun. And again, thank you so much for the gorgeous tips on the hair.
You are welcome. So if you guys also at home want to try this hairstyle, check out the BBC Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube accounts. Ellie, it has been an absolute pleasure. What a treasure. Now, for more queens from Drag Race UK, you can listen back to my episode with Blue Hydrangea and Tia Coffee. Make sure you subscribe to BBC Sounds so you'll never miss an episode of Dye's Salon.
Hi, you've reached Dye's Salon. To make an appointment, please leave a message after the beep. Beep!
Hi Diane, it's Dr. Ranch here. Right, I'm looking for a big change for my first big night out after lockdown. Can you fit me in? Cheers, bye!
We want to tell you about a new society where everyone is free to be themselves. Queertopia. Join me, Courtney Ack.
And me, Chelsea Grimes.
In our brand new podcast, Building Queertopia.
We speak to the most relevant names in queer culture and ask them what their vision for the perfect society would be.
What would the national anthem be? What statue would you build? What would you do for fun?
And remember, everyone is welcome.
Building Queertopia. Listen on BBC Sounds.
The one constant in the world is change. To succeed in business and life, you need to progress with it. Constantly question, adapt to new information, and rethink. Cass Business School has done just that. Changed. Introducing Bayes Business School. For those with the vision and courage to do things differently, the future is yours. Bayes Business School. Always learning.